Hey guys, it's Ashley, and today I'm going to read a little bit of my book. It's going to be chapter 2, What is the Secret Place? So come along with me. I'm going to be heading, well, I'm not heading out. My book is heading off to the editor literally after I read this chapter. This is the one chapter I wanted to read, and it's really light. It's just a couple pages. So I thought maybe I'd let you guys listen. So throw some headphones on. Just sit back. You don't even have to watch me. You can just absorb the words. All right, here we go. Chapter 2. What is the secret place? We're now going to learn more about what the secret place is. No worries if you are unfamiliar with this term, so was I. As mentioned a couple times already, the secret place is your time that you spend with Jesus, and at its core, it's a life that remains in the hiddenness of Him. A little of my story. When I was 18 years old and a senior in high school, I was committed to the hospital psych ward. I was extremely broken and severely depressed. I remember weeping on my bed back at home and crying out loud, I just want to die. I just want to die. The emotional pain was ever so deep as past regrets, broken dreams, an unstable family life, and deep loneliness haunted me. After my short stay at the hospital, I was on my way home, and I remember looking out the window and talking to God, Jesus. I was at ground zero, and I needed the Lord to come into my life fully. I needed Him to transform me. In a roundabout way, I said, Jesus, if you really are that God that changes lives, you need to come into mine. He did. Slowly but surely, the Lord healed my heart, identity, trauma, and pain. It was as if I were an onion, and He kept taking layer after layer off me, and is still taking layers off to this day. Layers of anger, depression, anxiety, self-harm, an eating disorder, childhood trauma, and other things. The Lord carefully peeled and is peeling away. I gotta move. Okay. No, don't fall. It's my computer. That would not be good. Okay. Months went by, and I soon graduated from high school. I left for basic training with the Air National Guard and started college in 2003. I walked into that Christian college with very knowledge of the Bible, but my heart knew the Lord. A few weeks into college, my roommate said she was going to go do devotions. I didn't know what she meant by that, so I asked her, "What are devotions?" She then went on to tell me that it was when you spend time with God. I knew about spending time with God. I just didn't know there was a name for it. Many people call their time with Jesus devotions, like my roommate did, or they may call it their quiet time. I call it the secret place. Some of you may be in the same spot I was in. You didn't have the vocabulary of the secret place, or in my case back in college, the word devotions. Sometimes we know something, but we just don't have the terminology for it, and that's okay. Now you have a phrase, the secret place, for something you may have known about all along. My secret place time in college consisted and started off with a lot of crying, questioning, and deep sorrow. I remember when it was nice outside, I would go to this one oak tree on campus that had an opening in its trunk. I would pray my prayers on a piece of paper and hide them in the I would pray my prayers on a piece of paper and hide the paper in the trunk of the tree. It always brought comfort when I did that. I was so broken in college, and the only one I truly felt like myself with was Jesus. And I guess you could say that old oak tree. My time with the Lord and the things I did with Him only grew as I matured in my faith. My secret place time grew from crying to the Lord to paging through the Bible. Paging through the Bible led to reading the Bible. Reading the Bible grew to questioning things in the Bible. Questions led to studying the Bible. Studying the Bible grew to discovering revelation. Revelation made me be consumed with the Lord. Being consumed with Jesus showed me all the different ways to spend time with God. Discovering the different ways to spend time with the Lord cultivated a life with Jesus. That cultivation taught me what the secret place was. Although part of the secret place is that quiet time in the mornings with the Lord, it is much more than that. As stated already, the secret place at its core is a life that remains in the hiddenness of Jesus. To remain in the Lord, you spend quality time with Him and you bring Him with you wherever you go. To be hidden in the Lord means as you are spending time with Him and taking Him with you everywhere, you are communing and tapping into His voice, love, promises, and protection beyond anyone or anything else. A teaching. There are primarily two ways to spend time with God: tangible ways and non-tangible ways. Tangible ways are more concrete ways to spend time with the Lord, which can consist of reading the Bible, studying the Bible, there is a difference, journaling, doing art, and other hand-on things. These would be good examples of how to spend quality time with the Lord. Then there will be non-tangible ways to spend time with Jesus. These are less concrete forms of spending time with God, such as bringing Him with you as you are going to work, running errands, going to school, or just doing life. A person wants to do both the tangible and non-tangible things in the secret place. The most important part of spending time with God as you do these tangible and non-tangible things is conversing with Him. It's connecting with Him. It's talking to Him and having Him talk to you back. It's an inner relationship that can manifest wherever, whenever, at any time of the day or night. As mentioned, it's being hidden in the love, voice, promises, and protection of the Lord. In simplicity, you do life with Jesus. You do not leave Him, and you stay hidden in all that He says about you. I once heard a pastor say, "I want you to say that you love Jesus out loud." So the audience said out loud, "I love you, Jesus." Then the pastor said, "Now I want you to say, 'I love you, Jesus,' but I want you to say it to yourself in your inner core." He gave some time for everyone to do this. After they said that they loved Jesus silently within themselves, he then responded, "That's the secret place." What I imagined what he meant by that was that inner dialogue they had with the Lord was an example of what it means to enter the secret place. You can tap into the secret place at any time, my beloved. You don't even need to do the things I mentioned above. You just need yourself, the Lord, and relationship. If you have a healthy relationship with your mom or dad, a stable walk with your siblings, and a good connection with a friend, what do you do with them all? You talk. You have fellowship. You share your heart and they share theirs. Friends, that's what we can and want to do with the Lord. We want conversation with Him in the inner depth of our beings. As we do this, we're entering the secret place. However, we do not just want to enter in, we want to stay there. This book will hit home on various tangible and non-tangible ways to spend time with the Lord and remain in Him. In summary, the secret place is your time with Jesus, which can be made up of many different tangible things like reading the Bible and praying. It also it is also taking Jesus with you in the midst of your days and evenings in a more non-tangible way, like going for a walk and running errands. As you do these things, you are dialoguing to the Lord in your inner being as you cultivate a life that dwells in the Lord. You stay concealed in his love, guidance, and truth. The secret place is your time with the Lord, and at its core, a life that remains in the hiddenness of Jesus. Next steps. Reflecting back to my story, have you brought Jesus into your life like I did that day on highway? I list out the highway. I mean, eventually people are going to hear it. I don't know. I'll just not list it out right now, but eventually it'll be in the book. I just try to protect myself as much as I can on YouTube. Anyways, so yes. Reflecting back to my story, have you brought Jesus with you like I did that day on the way home on highway such and such? If not, I highly encourage you to read the next chapter. If so, that's great. I still want you to read the next chapter too. Transition. We now know what the secret place is. Therefore, in the next chapter, we're going to dive deeper into who we do the secret place with, Jesus. Okay, well, I found a couple little errors. I was a little repetitive in some areas, so I think I'll go tweak that, but at least you got a little taste. You can let me know your thoughts if you want, and that's not like you know how everyone's like, comment, subscribe, like all the things. I don't want to be like that. But then there's times where I'm like, I really do want to know what you think, though. So yeah, you should let me know what you think. There'll be no hurt feelings. Did you think I was a little repetitive in some areas? I think I just want to drive home the fact that what the secret place is. And it's way more than just that 20-minute read in the mornings. It's so much more. And that's what I was just trying to really get across. Okay, guys. Have a good one.